Shabbat shalom, everyone. So I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is that it seems like we need to cancel Purim this year. Because the whole point of Purim, of course, is that we're supposed to live this crazy day called Yom HaFuch, the day when all the world is flipped upside down, when left is right and up is down. But as you have noticed, looking around at this world of ours for the last however many months, for the last however many years, it's already upside down. So it would seem, at least on its face, that we should probably cancel our Yom HaFuch because, well, we're already hafucht. And we are. I mean, take a look around. Leftist extremists are allying themselves with religious extremist, intolerant terrorist groups. Rightist extremists are allying themselves with Putin and Russian propagandists. And the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies beat Kentucky. What is going on? And because the world is so upside down, so backwards, so bonkers, maybe we don't need a day of upside down, backwards bonkerness. But here's the good news. I think we need it more than ever. And maybe for some reasons that you might not guess. Yes, I think that it's important for us to laugh and to smile and to have fun even when our hearts are heavy and broken. I think that's important. But I think there's also something very special about this holiday that doesn't get enough airtime. And it is this. One of my teachers from Yeshivat Hadar, Rabbi Jason Rubenstein, who was just appointed the director of Harvard Hillel, Mazel Tov to you, Rav Jason, and B'Hatzlacha, because speaking of places that are upside down, you're going to need some help. Rav Jason has this beautiful piece of Torah about Purim that he says he learned from a random person he met one Purim, this person he never saw again, and that person came up to him and said, everybody knows that the only day that isn't Purim is Purim. Which sounds like something a drunk person on Purim would say. Until you unpack it and realize that it's actually quite brilliant. What did he mean? Well, according to Rav Jason, what he meant, at least what he thinks he meant, is that in our lives, every day is Purim. We wear masks. We hide ourselves. We blend into the crowd of anonymity and go along for the ride. But Purim is paradoxically the one day when we actually let down our walls, when we embrace the absurdity of life and allow our insecurities, our hang-ups, our conformity, our fears, everything to fall away and just be. And why that is so important is because the things that flip this world upside down, the hate, the intolerance, the pettiness, the narishkeit of human nature, those things are engendered and perpetuated by what we call normal everyday life. It is normal everyday life that argues that war is just part of global politics. It is normal everyday life that creates media echo chambers that prohibit any form of dissent or contrarianism. And it is normal everyday life that sees suffering each and every day and throws up its hands as if to say, no, I guess that's just how it is. But it is Purim. It is Purim that does something so audacious, so chutzpahdik, that I would dare to call it revolutionary in its observance in world religious tradition. It takes all of the upside down, even the most serious and the heartbreaking, the xenophobia, the racism, or rejection of an entire group of people, and laughs at it. Laughs at it. And mocks it. Not to make light of suffering, but to make fun of the people who want to normalize it, who believe it to be the natural order of life. What Purim teaches is that sometimes the only way we can get to solving the overwhelming problems and horrors of our world is by leaving our world entirely, putting ourselves into some realm of theatrics and absurdity so that we can think differently. And, in great paradox, think as ourselves, our true selves. Not as influenced by articles, by conversations, or books, but influenced solely by our heart of hearts that tells us that each and every one of us is unique, with our own story, with our own dreams and loves and idiosyncrasies, and that only when we can see and truly understand that powerful and beautiful fact can we break free from the masked world that we call normal life. That is the job of Purim. Friends, our world is upside down. It is. That is our reality. That is true. And because our world is upside down, we might think that we don't need Purim this year. But mamash ha'hefech, quite the opposite. We need Purim this year more than ever, because we need to head into Purim this evening with the intention of recognizing that sometimes the only way we can fix that upside down is by getting upside down ourselves, by letting go of the quote-unquote normal ways of thinking, of being, and to take on the craziness with some crazy audacity of our own. And in doing so, we might just offer up a blessing that our people, that this world needs so desperately right now. The blessing of being us, being our true selves that believe that there are other ways forward, that believe that hate and violence is a ridiculous norm, that believe that life is better when we break the cycles and radically disrupt the cynicism that allows us to hurt each other so much. So as we come together this evening for 25 hours of Yom HaFuch, let's be that blessing. Let's buck the norms and conventions. Let's be us, the real us. And let's flip this upside-down world right side up. Shabbat Shalom, Purim Sameach.